India's economy grew at a very fast rate last fiscal year or last financial year at 8.2%. And this momentum, we think, will continue in the coming year. And we saw that basically with the Q1 numbers that just came out. And it's, we had initially estimated or forecast next year's growth at 6.6%. But the dynamism in the economy suggests that we think India can grow at a faster rate of 7%. There are two main factors for that increase in the forecast. One is agriculture is doing better. We think it will continue doing better. And two, global trade is picking up at a faster rate than we had initially envisaged. And India will benefit from this improvement in global trade. But broadly speaking, India is growing very fast, and India is still the fastest growing large economy in the world and has been for the past few years. The reason why India is doing so well is we think broadly the policy environment is good. The public sector investment is driving overall investment and hopefully will crowd in private investment very soon, and we're seeing signs of that already. Private investment is picking up already in the last quarter. We think that on the manufacturing side, and India is now improving its performance, and that will continue driving growth. And services have done very well and will continue doing well. Agriculture is a bit more volatile. There are good years and not so good years, but overall, again, it's a sector that pulls its weight as well. So overall, the economy is doing well, thanks to good policy environment and thanks to investment from the public side, driving investment on the private side.
So will this projected growth will help, how it will help to India to achieve its aim of 5 trillion economy?
Well, India's economy is going to become 5 trillion soon. At this rate of growth, the size of the economy will double in less than 10 years. So, in less than 10 years, the economy will be close to 8 trillion, so 5 trillion it will be surpassed quite soon. The question is when India will become a high-income country. This will also happen, but for that to happen, growth will have to be maintained at a very fast clip of close to 8%.
So, what corrective measure does World Bank would like to suggest to India to maintain this growth rate?
Well, so in the IDU, in this IDU, we talk a lot about trade. So let me focus on how trade can contribute to this fast growth. Trade is an important contributor to growth in general through export, by expanding the export market and being able to produce a lot more goods and services so that you can sell to a larger market. Through import, trade contributes to growth also because trade allows domestic producers to have access to technology by importing intermediate goods. It allows them to have access to innovation channels to connect to global value chains that have innovation embedded in them. It also allows consumers to have access to a large set of goods goods and services that they can import to improve their own productivity as workers, their efficiency as household. And then trade also is good because it forces domestic producers to be confronted to competition, and that makes them be more innovative. It makes them be more productive, more competitive, and therefore it allows total factor productivity to increase faster. So for India to tap into the trade potential for powering growth in the future, we think there are three things that India could do. One is to continue reducing trade costs. Trade costs have come down in India thanks to improvement in logistics and thanks to the use of technology, but these trade costs are still high and they could come down faster. The second area of intervention could be to reduce trade barriers. Trade barriers have gone up everywhere in the world. Our data show that there's some countries that have introduced a lot of trade barriers, even more than India. So for India, if India could reduce its trade barriers, both tariff and non-tariff barriers, it would be good for both export and import. And the third area is to speed up the trade integration with other countries. So India can export more to more countries and import more from more countries too. And we think if India could work on these three areas, we think trade will really become a very, very important source of growth, and not just growth, but also jobs creation, because India will then be able to export to countries that will import goods that require a lot of labor input for their production. So trade will become more job creating, and therefore it will make growth a lot more inclusive.